Hey Mavs fans, I want to say thank you for subscribing to All Things Mavs and helping me make this channel grow as much as it already has. But we are literally this close, so close that I can taste it, to 12,000 subscribers. So if you do this for me before the video gets started, scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, or go to this link you see right below me, youtube.com/allthingsmavs, and then click on this little notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post a new video here on All Things Mavs. But now, let's get into today's video.
All Things Mavs.
Today's show on All Things Mavs, I'm going to be breaking down 5 different lineups we could see Rick Carlisle roll out this regular season. Now, I want to make one thing very clear. These are all they're definitely not 5 starting lineups we could see the Mavs use, because I'm not even sure there are really 5 variations of the starting 5 we're going to use. But we're going to assume everybody's healthy. Yes, that includes Kristaps Porzingis, and talk about the 5 different lineups that I would like to see. We'll start off with the starting lineup, and I think I have stayed pretty consistent with this one. I've moved a little bit between Dwight Powell and maybe Dorian Finney-Smith being in that starting 5, but I think on night 1 that KP has returned, so aka sometime in January, you will see a starting 5 of Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Richardson, Dwight Powell, and Kristaps Porzingis. And Josh Richardson, Tim Hardaway, those guys are obviously interchangeable at both wing positions. And Dwight Powell, listen, I think he deserves to start right off the bat. Obviously, we'll see pretty early on with his Achilles injury how he comes back, but he's reportedly been ready to go for a while now, and he can step in and be that lob threat that we have so badly needed back in the lineup, because the Mavs just didn't have it for so long while Dwight Powell was down. And remember, when he was healthy, he started 37 of the 40 games that he played in and put up really solid and consistently good numbers. In fact, historically good field goal percentage at 64%. He averaged 9 points and 6 rebounds last year when he was healthy. And when he went down, the Mavs offense was continuing to trend upward. Now, here's the deal with Dwight Powell that I want to remind everybody of. He is not going to be a three-point shooter. So that means he's not always going to be out on the floor. Can he get to a respectable 30%? That's my hope. And if he's at 30%, I'm happy with that. But Dwight Powell comes in, and he is a large reason that this Mavericks offense was so strong and historically the #1 offense of all time. So let me ask you, should Dwight Powell start for the Mavs when he's healthy? Type Y for yes or type you're in for no. If you type you're in for no, I get it. There have been nights where I don't want him to start, and there are situational nights where you don't want him to start. But for the most part, I think he should be the starting guy. And I know you're probably like, well, KP was better at the center position. Yeah, KP himself was better at the center position, but Dwight Powell made the team better. So you got to value team over an individual player. Now let's get into my crunch time lineup, and this is where I do have KP at the 5, because the Mavs offense and defensively are both better when it really counts with KP at the 5. I know that sounds a little bit hypocritical, but they have been better with him there, and I think with Josh Richardson on the wing as well, and being able to space the floor and being able to be good defenders on the wings with Josh Richardson and Dorian Finney-Smith, you're just a lot better. And Dorian Finney-Smith, when he's in this lineup, now you have 5 guys that can shoot the 3 ball consistently. So I just want to be very clear here. The starting 5 and what you're going to use in crunch time is very different, right? Like the Clippers, Zubac is not going to finish out a game for them. It's going to be Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. You're not going to start Luke Kennard, or last year it was Landry Shamet. It's just like the Mavs. Maybe Dorian Finney-Smith comes off the bench this year. Maybe he starts on some nights. I'm not really sure, but what I do know is that when the Mavs need to win a game, they should be playing those 5 guys: Luka Doncic, Josh Richardson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, and Kristaps Porzingis. Now, we have a very, very wide variety of watchers, just a very diverse amount of watchers here on All Things Mavs. And so I want you to go down to the comment section and let me know where you're watching today's video from. Are you in Dallas? Are you over in Slovenia? Are you over in Latvia, Germany? Are you here in the U.S.? Let me know where you are. I, of course, coming to you from Dallas, Texas, as I do every single day. But let me know where you guys are watching in the comment section. Let's get into this lineup, and this is a bit of a fun one. You're probably never going to see this starting lineup altogether, but if the Mavs need a three-pointer at the end of the game, or they're looking to get 3 points real quick, this is the lineup you're going to roll with. Your backcourt would be Luka Doncic and Tyrell Terry. Yes, the rookie out of Stanford, who we'll talk about more in just a minute. Tim Hardaway Jr. was one of, actually, probably the best overall three-point shooter for the Mavs last year outside of Seth Curry. Kristaps Porzingis, yeah, he shot 35%, took a little bit of a dip. It wasn't great, but He was also taking a ton. And then Maxi Kleber proved that he can be a valuable three-point shooter at 37%. And the reason Luka's in here, I know you're like, Jimmy, he's a 31% three-point shooter. He's just not that good. Okay, well, he also takes a lot of threes. And if Luka's not on the floor, nobody else is going to be open to take the threes that they need or use the space they need. But one guy that really doesn't need a lot of space to take and make a three is Tyrell Terry. This kid coming out of Stanford shot 40% from three in his freshman year. And he had one game back in February against Utah where he went 7 of 11 from three-point range. That is ridiculous, and it allows him so well to just be able to space the floor for this Mavs team. Another thing with Tyrell Terry is that a lot of his threes, they're not like toeing the three-point line. He is shooting it from NBA range already at the college level, and if he's averaging about 5 per game at college, when he comes in the NBA, he better be ready to shoot, and if Luka Doncic is on the floor, you can guarantee this kid is going to have a lot of opportunity to take some really good shots. Now, Tyrell is one of them, but personally, I'm pretty excited to watch Josh Richardson play. Would you get on down to the comment section and respond to this question? Let me know which new Maverick you're most excited to see play this season. So I know we're all most excited about Luka and KP coming back, but which new Maverick are you most excited about? So you have Josh Richardson, James Johnson, Josh Green, Tyrell Terry, Tyler Bay, Nate Hinton, Wesley Owundu, all available, all options you could choose from. So let me know in the comment section. While you do that, let me tell you about this deal going on at Fanatics for all your Dallas Mavericks gear. Chatsports.com/Mavs deal. That is gets you up to 65% off all things Dallas Mavericks gear, whether it's socks, shoes, actually not shoes, just kidding, t-shirts, jerseys, hats as well. You can go find anything you want at chatsports.com/Mavs deal. Holidays are right around the corner. You got to get a gift. You might as well save some money while you do it, and up to 65% off at that link is going to allow you to do that. We'll put that link in the comments and in the description of this video, so all you got to do is scroll down and click it, or just open up a new tab right now and go ahead and type that link in that you see in the comment section. Trust me, I've already gotten my whole family gifts from Fanatics, so you can do it too at this link. Let's go from three-point shooters to the guys that I think would play the best defense. This is crunch time. You need a stop. Who are you going to play? And I think it's got to be these guys. If there is a quick point guard on the other end, I think Jalen Brunson is best suited to defend them as just a straight-up point guard. Now, if you want to take a point guard completely off the floor, you probably don't need Jalen Brunson in there, and you could slide in Josh Green. But I think you go Brunson as our best defensive point guard. Josh Richardson will probably defend the best wing on the other team. Dorian Finney-Smith can guard threes or fours. Maxi Kleber allows you defensive versatility at both the 4 and 5 position. And Kristaps Porzingis, although he has suffered a little bit on the perimeter, he is an elite rim protector. Here's what Rick Carlisle had to say about Kristaps just last year as he got to watch him. This was right before the league took a little hiatus and the whole coronavirus crap hit. This is what Rick said. What he's doing defensively and on the boards, no one's talking about. But he should be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate based on his versatility defensively. He can switch on to smaller guys. He blocks a ton of shots. He changes a ton of shots. And he's a great defensive rebounder. And for this Dallas Mavericks team, it was all about getting better defensively this offseason. Because last year, the Mavs were number 1 in offense. But they had the 18th ranked defense in the NBA. And that was not good at all. So let me know what you guys think. Did the Mavs get better enough on defense to take a little jump? Will they be better than 18th on defense this year or worse? Type B if you think better, type W if you think worse, and I hope I see a lot of Bs in the comment section. Let's get into this last lineup, and this is one that I had a little bit of fun with. This is, I should have called this the Marcus Morris lineup because these are the guys that will come in. And if somebody's getting pushed around, if the Mavs are getting bullied by some bigger guy, they're going to bring these guys in to make sure that doesn't happen. Josh Richardson said it himself. He and James Johnson are the dogs that are coming to this team. Willie Cauley-Stein said it on a podcast in the summer that he is willing to be a goon for this team, and that's something that they have lacked since the days of Deshaun Stevenson. Dorian Finney-Smith is not afraid to mix it up. And let me talk a little bit about Josh Green here, because Josh Green is a guy from Australia. He played Australian rules football. That is aggressive play. And if you're coming over from Australia and he did it at Arizona, you're not afraid to mix it up when it really counts. Now, I don't know if we'll ever see all these guys on the floor together, but I know one thing. If Luka Doncic or Kristaps Porzingis is getting pushed around, any 5 of these guys that I have on the floor right now would not be afraid to go in and mix it up and basically be like the offensive lineman in football and say, hey, we're going to protect our quarterback that is Luka Doncic. Now, right at the end of the video, you looked at all my lineups. Those were all my top 5. And so I have a simple ask for you guys. I'm almost at 20,000 followers on Twitter at all_things_Mavs. And I think most of you guys are already following me on Twitter. But if you haven't, please do. You can see it here, and you can see it right here. And it's in the description. And I'll put it in the comments as well. And hey, if you're like, Jimmy, I don't have a Twitter. Hey, just make one real quick and give me a follow. That's all you got to do. Go follow me at all_things_Mavs for 24/7 Dallas Mavericks coverage.